Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Digital Playhouse. My name's Gordon Christian. Tonight's event we're putting on is Your Passport to Web3. So welcome to everyone that has joined us today. So we've got some Mia online, and we've got some folks here at the Digital Playhouse in person in Agnes Water. And my co-founder, Electra Frost, is here as well. So why am I doing this session tonight? I've been around Web3 and Bitcoin for a few years, and I'm learning every day about safety and security. And in recent times, I've had a number of breaches of my own security. So I thought, and so I just keep learning more and more and why, and I've come to learn how important it is to know about it, have a deeper understanding of security, particularly now that we're in the world of Web3. So hopefully the slide decks make sense and we'll go from there. But I have really just drawn on my own dive down the rabbit hole of other resources, because I'm certainly not a cybersecurity expert or a Web2 expert in security. So I'll just share what I've got, and we can check out who's doing what. And there's a bunch of resources and some people around the world and in the Australian community that you can connect up with to share with your own communities that you're working in. So hopefully you get some good benefit out of this. So I'll just share my screen and we can get things underway. So Mia, you should just have the spaceman on the screen there, is that right?
Yeah, I can see it, Gordon.
Fantastic. So we at the Digital Playhouse, where we do understand the basis of cryptocurrency was formed when when Bitcoin was created and launched. And we're also, our curiosity around that also took us to learn about Stacks, which is smart contracts, enable smart contracts on Bitcoin. So that's just a little spaceship, man. That's actually from a bridging project. So just a little bit about us, the Digital Playhouse Foundation. We're based out of Agnes Water here. We are a charity and we're a Web3 native company. And we've still got a fair bit to go in building out our tech to be pure Web3, but we're getting there. So we started out as Australia's first digital currency Digital Currency Town back in 2018. And that's sort of led us to where we are today. And right now, this is pretty much where we are. We have 3 projects that we're working on. Electra's just helping me out there. Thank you for that. So we've got 3 parts to what we're doing now. We've got a learn part, a build part, and a support part. So yeah, if you've got questions about that later on, we can cover each one of those in more detail for you. So just, I did read an interesting thing today, especially in the world of Web3. Someone was promoting the idea, even if you do say no financial and security advice, well, you might be so. But look, short of it is, this is my experience that I'm sharing with you. What you do with it is completely up to you. I'm just here to share what I've learned, and some of the things here are what other people have learned. There's plenty of compliance, regulatory, and rug pull risks and the like. So just being aware of that. You can connect with myself here on Vita page, a Web3 based thing. And yeah, we like people to get off zero and learn as much as they can. So quick rundown. So tonight's resources, I really drew on some key people in our community. One is the guys at NFT Approved. And so I've got some links there for you. I'll provide the slide decks here so you can connect up with some of these people. So NFT Approved is an Australian company, and they go through, I'll let you sort of go into the detail of what they actually do, but they provide education. They also vet NFT projects. You know, are they doxed and the like? So we'll go through some of them. And the key person behind that is Guy Madden. I did invite some people to come, but everyone's pretty busy at the moment. And some other people there that you'll be able to connect up on with Twitter, on Twitter there. They do have a Twitter Spaces on Thursday night. So after this, and I think they're up to about their 15th space. And it's just all about security in Web3. And it's a pretty cool space. I learned a lot from them. So you can jump into there. And they also have the beginner's guide. So I'll just see if we can get that to, yeah, so NFT Approved, there's a beginner's guide in there, and I have drawn on a lot of the resources here. It is predominantly ETH based. from what I've read. So jump in there to get a deeper understanding of what we're going to cover. Another person that gave me a lot of knowledge in the space, from my own understanding, was Simone Art Online. Simone's done, Simon Art has done some great work. My Twitter and my profile picture on my Twitter and that is of a unicorn, and it was minted to support a project that was created to assist artists who had breaches in their in their Web3 security. So there were stories of artists that had built businesses worth hundreds of thousands of dollars in the NFT space or a digital asset space, and they'd made some mistakes. The common story was downloading a fake, a phishing MetaMask wallet. That was probably the biggest one. And so not until their wallets had an amount of value in them that they were then succumb to an attack. So they downloaded a wallet, which was not a real MetaMask. Their keys were then captured by the scam phishing site. And yeah, as a result, somewhere down the track, when their business is worth a couple $100,000, $300,000-400,000, they were stories. And yes, Simon Art actually has a business and a DAO, works with a DAO, Anchor DAO, that specializes in assisting. They did do so yeah, Simon Art also has so you can link up on Linktree there. There's also, Simon Art has an NFT based course on security. And one of our learners from the School of Bitcoin has actually purchased one of these NFTs, which has unlockable content, and you can go through the course. I didn't want to share that tonight, even if I'd done the course, because yeah, it's like, I think, an important thing that the creator gets some value and people can give back. So for around $100 at the moment, you can go in and get some really good expert advice in traveling through Web3. Recently, sorry, going back, how do I go back? Which one? This one? I wanted to just go into that. Oh, yeah. So recently there was a tweet that came out by Simon Art here about how $15 million was stolen and recovered after 3 days. So there's a long tweet there, which has got the description of what actually happened and what Simon Art Online did to work with the hackers and find out why they were doing the hack, and was able to actually bring back the funds to the community with just a 10% paid to the hackers, with everything else forgotten about. So there are some people in this space that if you do happen to get compromised for any reason, that if you're able to reach out quickly and knowing who they are, because yeah, the tech is, I think the tech for one is still being built out. There's smart contracts that may have mistakes, even like back to MakerDAO. You know, there was the original reason that Ethereum forked was there was some mistakes in the code. So yeah, there's some great people. So Simon Art, and then Anchor DAO. There's actually, yeah, some DAOs there that, my links are not working. Why did it do that? It's because I didn't have it there. Yeah, so there's actually some DAOs that have been created that are just specializing in cybersecurity. So Anchor DAO is one of those. Unfortunately, I haven't got my link working there, so I won't be able to go through to that one. And we'll cover another one further down the line. So getting into some of the content that I found really useful from, and this is mainly drawn from NFT Approved. There's no need for me to go and create some story when I'm not an expert. So I thought we'd draw on them and go through them. So they were quite, Yeah, one of the first things that they start out with is just being very clean about how you set up your initial security. So the first thing would be is, knowing the difference between what would be a social type email versus, or just your family use email, or something that doesn't require the highest level of security. If it did get hacked, is it a problem? And the guys there, and I had read quite some time ago that Proton Mail seems to be quite a secure email. So I'm trusting from a number of sources that's where I've been directed to set up Proton Mail. So myself now, I'm in the process of switching all of my higher security elements of my life into a Proton Mail. And you can set up a couple of, they're quite, Proton Mail I found really good. You can have like 2 accounts set up, you can switch between. And then there's pro levels, you can have up to 5 accounts. You can have different levels, I guess, as according to your security, as I understand. So I haven't dived right into everything about it. And then also there's a site that you can actually see to say if your email address has been pawned, to know what's happening with your email address. So let's put in so if I put in one of my email addresses, and what's happening there? I can go into here and it's actually got, I've got 3. So I've got something that just keeps popping up there. I'll have to close that. And I've got here that it's got 3 data breaches there. And pawned 3 data breaches. And I think it's gone into there. I had a look anyway. It told me that I've got 3 on that website, but it didn't look to be anything too major on that one. And if I went into my business address, I don't think I had any problems with that one yet. No one's actually, I guess that's one, has my data been stolen and sent around? Good news. No, it wasn't pawned out. So I thought that was a cool little tool that you could use to see, have your email addresses being sold off. Like, was it in the Optus hack or in the whatever hack? That might give you some insight. So the next thing that I thought was, when you're cruising around Web 2, yes, you can succumb to a phishing attack, but what does that mean then? What impact is that actually going to have on your life? So I've not suffered a phishing attack. I've been, I guess, reasonably careful cruising around the web. And if you do, yeah, they might get in and say, for example, you might have some seed words stored on your computer, which you shouldn't. But if you did, then a phishing attack would find those and locate those and take your seed words. But what I think is the most relevant thing for Web3 is that it's the question of what you're connecting your wallets to. So it's a bit different to the Web 2 world. If you go in and connect to, say, to do a payment over your Visa card, there's secure gateways that are used. And then you've also got like the clawbacks with credit cards. There's a number of things where you've got some protection. If you've gone into something, you may have an opportunity to get your money back, or it's quite gated, in the way that you're accessing it. But if you connect your wallet to your Web3 wallet to a phishing site, which is a Web3 website, then you've actually got a wallet that's holding digital value. And that digital value then can be compromised. So you're basically just opening the door to your bank account. Because once you've logged in to your MetaMask or your Haro wallet or whatever browser wallet you're using, so let's talk of, say, if we sign in with a hot wallet, like a browser wallet or a phone wallet, you could have immediately potentially compromised your wallets. So I did actually connect into a phishing site fairly recently. And I had a bunch of smart contracts or transactions were processing. It was attempting to process a bunch of transactions. I eventually got it to stop. There's no record of anything on the blockchain in the Explorer. I don't know exactly what's gone on, so I've got to still work it out. I'm scared to move my crypto assets because the minute I activate something, it may not have it's an ETH wallet. It may not have, there's a very, very small amount of ETH, but there's assets. So it may just need some ETH to activate whatever's gone on. So I've got to learn what to do to try and see if I can save my assets. So that sort of made me really want to learn more about this. So checkfish.ai is a place where you can put in the URLs. So NFT Approved have recommended that you actually go think about it like this. If you're creating a Web3 business for yourself, then wherever you go and you're connecting up your wallets, you should be checking every single website, bookmarking that website, and then that is the source of truth. If you just go, oh, there's a new website, yep, someone's recommended, I'll connect my wallet up. The minute you do that, you could have been compromised. So it's sort of this really interesting part that there's thousands of sites out there, but being careful what you do hook into. So I thought and these guys are really, really pretty upfront about it. This is like, they're going, this is really serious. Take every step, every website, make sure it's clean, make sure you bookmark it and only go in those, and don't ever connect up to anything that's not. So if we went into, look, I don't know the site that I connected in because I deleted everything remotely connected to it. NFT Approved do have some confirmed, say for example, they've got confirmed rug pulls in this one. That might be a bit different about, you know, being an actual project, but yeah, they've also asked us if you do come across sites to report them in. So there are databases that are being built out so that people, I don't know how that goes through the ecosystem, but there are people working on gathering potential risk sites. So the next one that I thought was, okay, if you are connected, we talked about connecting to these Web3 websites. So I thought, let's just have a look at it. For some of us who are here, you've already been connecting to Web3 websites. For others, you may never have done that before. So I've just got some examples here for, say, Stacks. One of the projects that we're teaching people to learn to build in here is Gamma. Gamma is a marketplace for NFTs, and it's on the Stacks blockchain. So in here, I actually didn't sign out my wallet last time I was here. So I've already connected up. I'll just sign out of that here. And so a typical Web3 website will have connect your wallet on the page. So if I connect my wallet up there, it brings up my Hiro wallet here. It asks me to put in my password. Oh. Everyone must be online tonight. Slower. So as you can see here, I've actually connected up to a browser wallet. So over here, I've got a bunch of browser wallets. So these are actually all hot wallets. I didn't connect in with my Ledger wallet or my cold storage wallet. So I've actually connected in, I'm not sure why that dropped out. Okay, so I've got that there. So it's actually a hot wallet. And in my accounts here, I've got some Stacks and I've got an NFT in there. Send a message to authenticate. Okay. Yeah, so for those that haven't signed into Web3, it asks you to go through and sign. It asks you to sign some verifications. So there's a couple little steps there. So now I'm signed in there. So that's signing in. Yeah, I guess that was my example of signing in. And then in my Hiro wallet up here, we can actually have a look at what's in our accounts. And I'll just switch my account there to this one here. And in here, I've got some Stacks tokens and I've got an NFT stored in there. So if I was connected up now to some sort of phishing site, then I could have potentially compromised that wallet right now. Okay, so that just was the example of connecting into a Web3 website. And so when I'm finished there, I can just lock my wallet and just practicing, some good, I guess, basic web, basic security features, and I'll just sign out of there. So I'm now completely signed out, because you can also walk away from these sites and you come back later and you're still signed in there with your wallet. So you potentially, I guess, got your wallets at risk because you're open to that site. I don't know a lot, about that technical side.
We have a browser wallet regarding some other assets. Yeah.
So there's another thing that in a Web3 site. So this is Alex. This is a DeFi for Bitcoin via Stacks. So on this Web3 website, we've gone here. It's actually asked us to launch the app. So this is taking us just like from a normal front end Web2 website. And then we launched the app and we're going through to a Web3 website. So this is actually now the platform that we're actually using. And here again, I've got a wallet connected by the looks. Again, I must have hooked up and not closed out of it at some stage. So that's interesting. I'll just have a quick look at what this wallet is. Not even sure who's got what I'm connected to here. Look, it's probably there. I would have to again log in. I'll just see if it is this wallet.
Part of the challenges that exist at a high level is that Web3 is being lived out on current web technology that's broad, or is it that because Web3 in its infancy, it's still learning and growing, it's suffering the same teething problems that the aliens?
Yeah, my understanding of the tech stack is, so you are just putting an element of a JS file, say for example, in, and then that connects all of the stack into the blockchain system. So you are still operating within the bounds that you're just adding in another section, which connects you to a monetary transfer network, or a value transfer network, I should say.
So it's adding more secure front door to it.
I'm not sure if it's actually more secure. It's actually the Web2 system is just an information system, share, like, copy, paste.
Yeah.
When you go into the Web3 system, if you're interacting, then you're sending value across the networks. So if it's all blockchains would have, say, a native currency, which is just simply a transfer of currency between you, that's fungible token. Yeah. And then the non-fungible token being a programmable asset, which you can then also transfer value. So you've got two types of assets really as being, but you're sending that value around. So it might be, say, for example, if you want to have access to a community, you might have to have an NFT as a token gated community. So in here, it's let me jump into that website, but other, say, Web3 websites would require me to show that I've got an NFT to get in there.
Right.
So there's, these ones here are just simply I'm connecting a wallet. So that's another one. We saw that we went from a Web2, what I understand would be a normal Web2 website, now to a Web3 website where I'm actually able to connect a wallet. There's some other ones here which would be blockchain based. I've got a bit of learning to do around these. So they are built around, say, for example, this is one built on Stacks. It is like a link tree. But what's the difference, say, between, I guess, encouraging people to look around and see what Web3 apps are there and why I use them? Why would I use OWL versus Linktree? I don't have the answer tonight, but there's going to be a reason why these guys built it, a blockchain-based link tree. One of it would be is that you own your own data. So I think that would be, you know, it'd be interesting for us to have a look at that, because I've got, we set up, like I showed my beta page before. That's one to do with the Lightning Network, but I haven't dived into the back end to see, is it built on the, like, is it a Lightning app? Or so, you know, there's quite a bit for us to learn here as we go around. Is it a real Web3 app? Which means, I guess if it's that, is it purely decentralized on a purely decentralized network? Is the whole, I guess the system behind it allow me to have pure ownership of my assets? Yeah, in whatever form. And we'll cover, I'll go back to that about some differences between some NFT spaces, some NFT marketplaces, which are, one, you don't own your assets, and the others, you do own your own assets. You think you do. You think you're in there because you've got an NFT, but who actually owns it? Okay. So that's worth having a look at. And one of the new Web3 websites that's one of the new Web3 apps that is coming out is Rider. So this is a social wallet. So you've got, if we can just scroll down, and is it in here? Let me have a look. Yeah, so you had, let me see the early access. Yeah, so first of all, you've got soft wallets, which is crypto web 1. There's hardware wallets, which is crypto web 2. And now I've got social wallets, which is now crypto 3.0. So it's a brand new project that's been worked on in Stacks. It's going to be a really interesting one. So it's pretty cool to be in these spaces, because these sites which we're showing you, these are all just brand newly being built out. So I just want to share some of those. So as you can go in and explore, these ones are authenticated sites. They're, you know, we know that they're safe and secure. So yeah, and you can go into, if you want to explore more web apps, I have based it around Stacks tonight. I think to go across multiple ecosystems, Ethereum's massive, Polygon's massive, Solana's massive, Cardano's massive. It's like, where are you hanging out? Whichever one you're hanging out in the most, get to know everything about that ecosystem that you're in, because you're not at the moment going to be able to cover them all. So in Stacks here, there's a bunch of different apps there, like Block Survey. That's a new app we just came across. Selectra, that looks like it's an actual Stacks project. Yeah. So quite interesting. So yeah, have a bit of explore around in the Stack sites there. So in the next hot take, it's okay about, we talked about the browser wallets. And so each of us are going to have different browser wallets. If you're Ethereum, it's more than likely going to be MetaMask. If it's Solana, which one have I got for that one? Is it a Phantom wallet? Can't remember the one that I've got for Solana. Yeah, if it's Algorand, you're more likely going to use a Pera wallet if it's a phone-based wallet. And so when you take your, and in Stacks, it's actually a Hiro wallet. And there's a bunch of rules there, like I guess some take homes that you might think about. And they're all quite in depth, and they're all sessions on their own about, and we do sessions here like Bitcoin 101 sessions, which just on your board you through that complete process of making sure you've got your assets safe and secure. Because you're either using a custody solution provider, that means someone's holding your cryptos, or you've chosen to go self-custody. If you have a browser wallet, that's self-custody. That's not like, there's no crypto bank behind it. If you've got crypto sitting on an exchange like CoinSpot or something, and you might be staking in there, and you might hold NFTs in there, but they're holding it, it's purely safe. And to a degree, for some people, that's going to be the right place to be. Because the minute you download a browser wallet or a phone wallet, you are self-sovereign. And so then you've got to go through all those things. It's like, never give anyone your seed words, never connect your wallet to a website that you don't trust, never sign a transaction that you're not 100% sure of. So we've already covered those. Next thing is get a hardware wallet. Be serious about your security. If you're going to be self-sovereign, then get serious about that. And back up your seed words. So if you've got it on paper, it could burn or get you know, whatever, you spill your drink on it, you leave it in your handbag and you forget about it, which is what I see happen a lot. And I actually did one the other day. I downloaded a phone wallet. I had a bag where I had some stuff there, and I was going through it the other day and went, oh, I haven't put that one in my safe yet. You do it. We do stuff. We download wallets with people. Next thing we've got really bad security. So putting it into Steel, and I found some pretty less expensive options than the some of the ones that we've been using. We've been using crypto steels and bill bottles. They're about $135 each. They're quite expensive. And as you cruise through the ecosystem, you might, especially if you're going across chains, you end up with 10, 12, 15, 20 wallets, you know. So it can become, how good is my security? And one of the biggest things is always that a common theme here is whenever we've got a class going, is we've got all different people working at different levels. And what they do is someone goes, oh, we're going to do this here. And they've already gone into the app. They've opened it up. They've screenshotted their seed words and they've got crypto and they've bought it and they've gone, oh, I'm ready to go. Literally within 5 minutes. Yeah. And next thing you go, okay, we're just about to tell you, never screenshot your seed words. Never save them on the internet. Never save them anywhere where they're connected to the internet. Yeah. At the moment, they might not be of any value, but I guess for some of the people when we have bull runs in markets, in crypto, it can be quite extreme. You know, $1,000 worth of Shibu Inu ends up being worth 700,000, and someone's got some wallet and they go, hang on a minute, I just put $1,000 in there. Now I'm a half a millionaire. Yeah. And I've screenshotted my seed words. You know, you could, so think about what can go. Crypto's a pretty crazy place. Or you created an NFT or made an NFT and it turned into a business. All of a sudden, you've got really bad hygiene on your seed words. So it's always write it down. If you're going to be self-sovereign, put it in Steel, lock it away in a fireproof safe, wherever it is, whatever your security level is. And that's only base level. Yeah, sure. Let's have a look. I've got some down the track here. I'll show you a couple. Physical, yeah.
Okay. It's the legend stamped in steel. Yeah, so it can't be lost, can't be destroyed.
I've got some examples up here. We'll jump in and have a look at them in the next screen. So when you're going in and downloading a Hiro wallet, say, for example, I like to go also to the source. So if it's the Stacks blockchain, I went to the Stacks website. I connected on their link to the wallets to try and get the most correct source before I downloaded it. And I really encourage people to do that all the time. So I've gone in, done that, I've got the link, and then I know that I've got a great chance that that's going to be not a fake wallet. And so you download your wallet and then it pops up into your extensions here. They're all Chrome extensions. If you're using a Brave browser, you do have to click on your face up here and put the shields down, or it won't let you download. So the next one is in Discord. So the Web3 world pretty much lives in Twitter, on Twitter and Discord. Webinars, it's now Twitter Spaces. It's moving around, in-person events, but a lot of projects start with Discord. You know, Discord's an interesting place. You know, some people say it's where projects go to die. Others I see they're just amazing communities. When I think Illuvium set up, we saw them set up a server. You know, it wasn't set up that well. They had to transition to a new server because there was obviously a lot of scammers, different things coming in. So there's a couple of hot takes there from NFT Approved. If you're in Discord, then you can disable your direct messages. That stops bots and scammers coming after you. And same principles. You know, it's just like any social media world. Don't accept anyone as your friend unless you know them, and go and do direct messaging with them. Never click on any links that are in there unless you know they're trusted. I mean, we all share stuff all the time. We share this link, that link. You've got to think about, are we just opening up compromise situations for other people to be compromised? So we should be a bit more hygienic about that in the way we do things. And then if you've got any issues, then just drop a ticket in there. So yeah, there's a little, there's a Twitter there, there's a tweet there from one of the guys that just goes through a bunch of things about, this is probably not so much about your own personal, but about Discord communities and, you know, how to run them. And they're not as private as you think. We have heard of Discords actually being like shut down by governments. They are just, they're not open source, decentralized communities. There are some new ones being built out. There's definitely Web3 ones being built out. So the next one, I think it was really cool that the guys at NFT Approved, they actually said, look, you got to think about your level of security that you need. So I could say to you, listen, don't go and buy any crypto or don't do anything unless you're going to get a cold storage wallet and a crypto steal. So your investment for that is probably like $400, $450. But if you're only buying an NFT and it's worth $50, or you've only got a little bit of crypto or whatever it is, then you just measure your security level. And as your business goes through, think about if you're going to grow a business in Web3 or walk in with an organization, then what levels do they need? Okay, so I thought that was pretty cool. Measure your risk and then have a security accordingly. So I was talking about my example of the ETH project, the website that I clicked onto. So I started to, when I was diving around in there, I came across some different commentary from people about revoking signatures. So going through into the Ethan, what's Ethereum? The Ethereum Explorer. So I've lost my into the Explorer for Ethereum. There's actually certain things in there that you can do, and there's a short video here. So if you'd like, if we've got time, we might as well just watch this now. And yeah, so it was built, I guess one of the friends of Simona, or one of the people hanging around in that space, is WeMe in Twitter. And yeah, let's just see what he's got to say here. Let's see if we can get some sound. What's happening here? I'm just having a quick look there. So I just wanted to connect to this one, Confitel. Is that there?
Yeah, that's the speaker.
This one here?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, sorry. Here we go. Confitel. Okay.
Make it full screen.
So this one is for Ethereum. Sorry about that. Oh. So yeah, an interesting little thing to learn about that I didn't know about. So I suspect I've got to go in and see what I've approved. I've obviously approved some transactions when I had a compromise in a phishing website. So yeah, Weemies also, he's got his own little points there about safety and security. And they've also got a DAO with a group of people working in security. So we covered the browser wallets. So just having a look at the different types of wallets then, and what is a hot wallet and what is a cold wallet and what are cold storage. So in your phone wallets, say for example on Stacks, we use Xverse wallet. When you download an app to your phone, I mean, my understanding of it, in what I understand, is that I've got something there. The common mistake with crypto wallets is someone compromises you through a SIM swap. So, you know, they've convinced the telecommunications company that they're you. They've then got control over your access to your phone, and then somehow however the SIM swap process goes on. It's quite common. I've heard of it happening a lot over the years. Since 2017 was quite a big year of a lot of SIM swaps going on. So bearing in mind that if you've got a phone wallet, it is a hot wallet. My experience, say when our brand came out, the only wallet was a phone wallet. So that was interesting for me, in that I had to have all my Algorand when I received it from the initial token event came to a phone wallet. But then now the wallets are more advanced. So the Para wallet is now a Para wallet, and you can actually hook your Para wallet into your cold storage wallet. So thinking about what you do have on your phone, I think of it's more as just like my cash. It's just like if I've got a wallet in my pocket. If I lose my phone, I can recover my wallets by putting in my seed words. If you haven't learned about that with wallets, then that's a course in itself. And then we've got, say, in the browser wallets, we've already covered that. And then we've got the cold storage wallets. So again, there's sort of some different levels of security. There's some different ideas also behind them. Some of them are open source software. Some of them not open source software. Ledger's not an open source, neither is SafePal. Trezor wallet is an open source, and some people feel more comfortable that it was open source. I read up about SafePal, and SafePal said, look, we may become open source, but at this stage here, we've had everything checked to this level, and we're not comfortable to release everything out. So they don't, for some reason, they've not open sourced it. If you go into a cold card wallet, this is the one in the middle here, Hodl Safe. They're actually, Kieran Nolan, who's works with us at the School of Bitcoin, he's experimented with those, and they're quite technically difficult. They are a greater level of security. They're an air-gapped wallet. SafePal is also an air-gapped wallet. I haven't used one of those, but they've been recommended by the guys at NFT Approved. Yeah, I don't know enough about the actual terminology, but I believe it's safer than just Bluetooth and safer than just connecting in through a cable in some way. I don't know how much safer or likes, but it's clearly that from what I read and hear, it is safer. I don't know the technical side of it. So if we go into a Trezor Australia, we were talking about the crypto steals. And let's just have a look here in the shop. So basically, I learned pretty early that if you're going to be educating others or setting up a business person and you're going to be holding your own custody, then you should always be buying the best level of security you can for that. So if you're buying a Trezor, buy a crypto steal or whatever method it is to put your seed words into a steal. And so the crypto steal are just a tube. They're, I guess, about, the size of.
But a ledger or a Trezor can hold multiple assets. So you could have like your Bitcoin, Ethereum, this, that, and all of them, and also be, author signing for browser wallets like MetaMask.
MetaMask, correct.
With your ledger, like I don't use those browser wallets unless I can actually find a transaction from my physical device that stores my seed words.
Correct.
So there's a lot you can store on one of those. So you can have a lot of value on one of those. And there's just one set of seed words that you've got to.
Yeah, so when you use, so that's actually once you've got your seed words, you can store them in steel. And then if you've got them, where are you going to keep them? Are you on the road? Are you, a lot of people are troubling on the road. Where are their assets? Are they in a vault at a bank? Are they with their lawyer? Where are they? And whoever's got those seed words have got access to their accounts. Yeah. You know, they say to have 2 copies. I know the guys from Gemini, when they set up and they settled their law case with Facebook at the time, they took invested in a bunch of Bitcoin, and then they had a method of spreading their seed words all around different banks in different vaults in multiple locations with, 4 different wallets. And so they came up with their level of security back then as to what they saw as the best. So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, at a minimum, put it into steel of some kind. There's a bunch of different plates you can stamp. You can get the simplest one. Even the guys at NFT Approved said, yeah, just get a piece of stainless steel and engrave it in there rather than have it in paper. Yeah. Right? But it's just the ultimate bit of level of security. So this is an interesting one I wanted to share with you. So contrary to the belief, a hardware wallet does not secure your seed phrase. It will mitigate seed phrase from being compromised from MetaMask hot wallet, but it does not mitigate someone attacking your seed phrase backup. If someone gains control over your 12 to 24 seed words, a hardware wallet does not stop anyone from loading it up to any wallet software and downloading it. So your seed phrase, your actual device, these cold wallets, they're not the thing. It's just seed phrases that are the important thing. So the information you've stored in that crypto steel is the important thing. These are just devices to sign transactions, and the seed words are the signers. Without the seed words, you can't send. You can receive, but you can't send. And that's what the seed word is. You're signing. So next thing, so some people go to pretty extreme lengths to get security for their crypto. So I had a little video there of just, I haven't got the link there. Anyway, that'll be on the slide deck. So it's just a vault in Switzerland, and you can rent a space in there and store your cryptos in there. And so that's, for a lot of the around the world, it's like an World War II bunker that's nuke proof. So there's other wallets there, and they're multi-sig wallets. So if we're operating a business and we need to have dual signatures to be able to send transactions, one we've come across recently, which we're actually going to use here, is called Tap Signer. So it could be that I would have a Tap Signer and someone in Melbourne will have a Tap Signer. So someone would have to get to both of us to be able to sign those transactions. So that's our security there. So multi-sigs, that's something you'd learn for businesses. And then the social wallets, I'm quite curious as to what's going to happen with Rider and what their securities are. This is all new, so that's going to be really interesting to follow that. So yeah, it's pretty much for the main part about just some basics starting out. You'll have that deck there. You can take your time to go through and learn some. And then we also run courses in regards to them. We're really big on just 101s and, on how to, like, this is just a basic one on to get into Web3. So this is beyond the level of, I've gone and bought some Bitcoin from an exchange and it's been on the exchange. And then I might have got it into my phone wallet, which I've just been using down at Discovery Cafe to buy a coffee or to send, I bought a couple of NFTs because I connected to a website. So this is sort of just tonight's was, once you've got some crypto, what am I going to do with it? So you now become a user in the Web3 universe. And then the next thing is, if you are going to actually create a business, which uses these applications. So if I go back to, say, the Gamma website, so say for here, I can actually create myself an NFT business in here using no code. So I can go in here and create an entire collection. In fact, that's our digital Playhouse holidays NFT collection that we created with a bunch of kids. And that's connected to my wallet, and that's my NFT. Right. So, but yeah, different artists, and we're working with 3 different artists here now. Botanical. So we've got a photo artist, Botanical Wonderland. So B is one of our community members, and she's got a photography. She does photographs all of her arrangements. And so she's having a bit of a play around to see how she could use NFTs for her business. So it's really basic start. When we started out with B, it was really from getting a wallet, getting some money from exchange, and the next step, getting a cold storage wallet and minting NFT. So it's a really cool, interesting learning journey. But she's actually wanting to use it in business. So if she's going to use it for business, then we've got to take her security serious. So that's sort of some of the reasons we're doing the courses here. So you can have a look through. I've added some other things in here. So this goes into, say, much more in depth, and these are whole new events about if I'm minting NFTs and what my best security protocols are. So some things to read through. It's also about, how not to get rug pulled in Web3 projects, and about what sort of processes you should go through to verify that it is not a scam project. A lot of people here, they've got like personal profiles, like who are they? They've got names of the whatevers, mine's crypto1770.btc. I mean, who's that? So I've learned a little bit out of that too, working in the space. I want to be doxxed. I want to be known as me. I sort of was like, okay, we're doing this pseudonymous person thing, but in the space, people want to trust you. So my Twitter I also put now, it's Gordon Christian, Gordon at 1770, and everyone will know who I am. So I actually joined with in a space. I joined from a business space today, and everyone's going, oh, who's Stacks Australia? So I went in and said, hi, it's Gordon behind, I'll dox myself on behind Stacks Australia. So it's pretty, interesting to think about what people are thinking about. People want to know who they're doing business with, even though we're in the pseudonymous world.
To me, that one of the founders of my studio, and that went so well, so quickly.
Yeah.
I was like, we can't do this because it feels like you got me to use your name, and like if we want to do business together, we need to see each other and have a conversation. We're still adults. This is not like all made up with a made up language, with a made up everything, because where's the commitment then?
Yeah, the gamers and hackers like the made up name, but we're doing serious business in Web3 and we need to use our names. It's common in Discord as well, and it kind of irritates me that people use their pseudonyms in Discord and don't even reveal their real name in their profile, because I don't mind if they're using a pseudonym. I can click on it and you can create a profile for a channel, for that channel, so people know who you are. But yeah, out here it's got to be a name.
So coming to that topic, it's an interesting space at the moment about all the regulatory compliance around things like DAOs and creating NFTs. And without regulation in Australia, we're out there doing our thing and we're going, well, whatever, we're going to do it. We've got technology. We're not doing anything bad. But unfortunately, they may be categorizing us in something and say, you're in breach of this regulation. So there's lots of things to cover. So in some of these projects, and in Australia, some of the projects are being built. They might have a company in Singapore. They're a legal, legitimate entity, but their profiles and everything out there, they are synonymous because they are experimenting in a space where they don't know what the regulation is.
Yes.
And I saw in on one of the LinkedIn chats the other day, one of the girls, I think she's in, might be in an Algorand project, was there and she said, yeah, it's very much on the radar in Singapore at the moment about, yeah, the caution because of the compliance. And even though they've got, say, some really good laws already in place or regulations in place for crypto, there's still so many areas not to be covered. So we will find that some people are going to be synonymous in the space for that very reason. Doesn't mean to say they can't be gotten to. But yeah, there's some reasons as well. And I do understand some people for whatever reasons. There was a couple other clips there too. So we went just on that revoke. There's another article here about using revoke cash.
Yep.
So that's for Ethereum, as I understand. So learning some of these tools, particularly if you're working in the space, you may be working with an employee that's connected to something that shouldn't have, and you've got to deal with that security. And who would you call? And what would you do? So I think whatever chain you're working on, a lot of Electra's works around that tooling and the applications for businesses and knowing what one, like in Stacks, for example, I don't know what's available. I've not checked in the back end of Highroad to see if I can check to see if I've signed things wrong or not. So a lot to learn there. So yeah, I've got a bunch of things in there just to give you a guide, whatever level you're at, whether it's for your personal, your business, start to have a look and just start to work away through some of those. And yeah, if you want to learn more, then just jump in with a course for us. Yeah, you can jump into the digital Playhouse. We've got events every week, of all sorts. And yeah, so pretty much that's it. Well, that was a 1 hour, pretty much on time.
Well done, Gordon.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
You off the cuff, following your conversational slides.
Mia, thanks for joining us tonight.
Cheers. I have to put my kids to bed.
Cool. I hope you got some value. We'll have that recorded and we'll put it up online. So
Awesome. Thank you.
we'll
See you
close it
next
down.
week.
Thanks for your time tonight.
Bye.
Bye.